make ourselves free by the choices we make.
The accused is guilty of all charges, and he will hang for what he did.
You cannot ignore federal law!
I just did.
The plan is dangerous.
Everything we do is dangerous.
This rescue gonna be the toughest thing you ever done.
I just want to congratulate you both on another season.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the relationship has developed and evolved between Rosalie and Noah?
How can we say it without spoiling? Well, see, where we end off, so Noah has been in jail this entire time. So by the time we come back to the first episode, we haven't seen each other, so we don't really know what's going on. So there's the love is still strong, but there's a lot of curiosity, and we've both had our personal journey of growth. So that coming into the rest of the season, how it plays out, you'll see a very different side of how they relate.
Yeah, it's almost like Rosalie and I was gonna say Noah Lee.
Noah Lee.
Hashtag Noah Lee.
Noah Lee.
Rosalie and Noah are like star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
I mean, the love is there, but the circumstances are just so unfortunate that prevent them from really being able to just live a happy life.
If I may say, it feels kind of Romeo and Juliet in nature.
Yeah, it is. You know, if in any other time, in any other moment, they would be able to just settle down and have a family and live happily ever after. But unfortunately, the environment prevents that from happening again and again. And so the struggle for them is to just get back together. Rosalie wants to break Noah out of prison.
That's if they can get back together.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the beautiful thing about the way Misha and Joe write is, you know, these stories are so relatable. They just put that storyline in this time period. And we can just see ourselves in these characters.
Absolutely. Can you speak a little bit about Rosalie? She's more in the forefront. She's real tough. She's out on the Underground Railroad in the forest. You know, can you speak a little bit about that journey that she's taking this season?
You know, Rosalie's really become a completely different person, and yet that person was always inside of her. She just was trapped in the big house in season 1, and we see in season 2 how she's run to the north, gained her own freedom, and realizes that freedom's not so free. The sacrifices she has to pay for her own freedom, she can't live with that. She can't sacrifice her family. She can't sacrifice Noah, so she's got to go back and rescue them. And in that process, she's been trained up by Harriet Tubman to be a soldier. She knows how to work this underground system and how to transfer cargo, and in the process, she's really become a soldier. And not just in the sense of being a gunslinger, which she is, but mentally, she's strong, she's tough, and she's smart. She's always been super intelligent and knows how to engineer things for her greater good. But it's exciting because season 2, she really comes out of her shell.
There's so many themes in this show that resonate with what's going on today in America. Can you reflect on that a little bit? It's a little bit of a heavy question.
Well, heavy. It's honest. It's an honest question. It's unfortunate that there are so many ties, but I think the beauty of being on a show like this, where there is relevance, is you can go back and see what was done that you don't want to repeat, and you can go back and see the progress and the productivity of being, I guess, being open, you know, and understanding the true values of what it needs to be in this nation. So it's great when you have an example and you can be a part of an example that continues to teach people how to look above and go beyond our own fears and stereotypes. And, you know, if we can be that, or at least be a part of that as we stand today, that's fantastic because, you know, as artists, it's nice to, you know, pepper your work with something that actually affects your audience in a way beyond entertainment. You know? Yeah,
and the theme of this season is citizen versus soldier, which really challenges all of us because we see what happens when we are complacent, when we're bystanders. And
just being a citizen.
Yeah, and we see the necessity of being a soldier and rising up and resisting wrong and not letting our nation go back to this time. I think, you know, one thing I love so much about our characters is, you know, this season they're running towards danger. They're taking the fight head on, and that takes a lot of courage to do what no one else is willing to do.
Are you a citizen? Or are you a soldier?
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier too.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier too.
Yes, you are.
Of journalism.
Absolutely.
Bringing the truth out there.
Free speech, man.
When
Freedom
it comes
of
to
press.
right now,
Absolutely.
When it comes to right now, this time journalists are so important.
We need you now more than ever
so
to hold those
definitely
people
a
in
soldier.
Washington accountable.
To be the most notorious slave catcher, one would think you'd have caught the most notorious runaway.
Harriet Tubman.
The Lord sent you to me to get your family back.
How about you? Where you going when you free?
Ain't about a place no more.
My arms are mighty tired, and I want to end this quick.
We got 3 runaways. You want to pay us for 1?
You ain't got nothing yet.
Congratulations on another new season. The first episode was so intense. Your character, she's in this very dark spiral.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about playing out those dark moments?
Yeah, you know, you got to go there. I feel like season 1 was received so well. Our fans are so amazing that we all kind of agreed that we wanted to commit as much as possible to season 2, go even farther, really kind of try to enhance what was already written on these amazing scripts. So, you know, it's just about falling right into it.
And your character more on the forefront, more out in the field. Can you tell me about what we can expect?
Well, I think the first season, Elizabeth was learning a lot, and the second season is very much about, you know, her what it means now, her being and having her found her new path, and you know how far you have to go to commit to that.
And slight spoiler alert, I saw the first episode. Obviously, fans will find out that your husband dies. Can you tell us where does she go from there?
Where do you go from there? Head straight into battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most devastating thing that someone can really encounter, losing a spouse, so, yeah.
Being from Australia, I just wanted to know, what was your perspective diving into the material? Was it just like a lot of research? Did you know a little bit about this history in America?
Not this specifically. No, I had an idea of American history, but the Underground Railroad specifically, no, not really. But it's my understanding that a lot of Americans sort of don't know enough about it as well. So yeah, a lot of learning, but we've had a season now to really get a grip on it. So it's just taking it to the next level.
And for you, Pearlie Mae seems to be haunting you. Can you speak a little bit about that and those tough decisions she had to make for her family?
Yeah, I think that just, you know, people loved that relationship and loved that character. And so it just makes sense just how, you know, the past can kind of haunt you and that it carries on with you. And it's just what Miss Ernestine is going to constantly be struggling against is all the new, like how to exist in this new world. But you can't extinguish the past completely, you know, and as much as you try.
And in terms of being out in that huge transition for your character, going out to the field, you're no longer in the house, you're doing a lot of hard work, and it's taking a toll. Can you speak a little bit about that emotionally?
You know, I think, you know, the same way that we learned in season 1, there was no difference. You know, in the field, in the house, it's torturous either way. There's no benefit to either. So I think the real tortures are psychological. The real tortures are the new relationship and that emotional relationship. But, you know, the institution of slavery is awful whether you're in the house or outside of the house.
Absolutely. And for your character, she joins this sewing club of sorts. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect from this club?
The sewing circle. I guess the sewing circle is just about sort of showing that there are so many different people involved in the Underground Railroad. There are people, you know, behind the scenes and a lot of different walks of life, all trying to, you know, rectify this horrible situation, way of, like, you know, what is happening. So it's about introducing this new bunch of women who are doing their part.
And can you tell us a little bit about working with John Legend? I haven't seen all the episodes, but I know he joins the cast as an actor.
He does. Frederick Douglass.
Yes, as Frederick, yeah, he's fantastic. You know, he's such a committed artist. He's such a committed human being to human rights. And so, I mean, I feel like he just embraced it like he embraces everything as an artist, really excited about it. And we were excited to have him in that capacity because he's already an extraordinary EP for music. So it's just another blessing of just being surrounded by really extraordinary artists.
And my last question is, can you share what you admire about Joe and Misha as writers and creators?
Everything?
Yeah, I mean, look at the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're exceptional. Also, they stick to their guns, I think, and their creative path is sort of very, very sure, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I feel like if they stick to any pocket, it's just a pocket of truth. And I think that's what makes art really fantastic and kind of go farther is when you're living in truth. And when you look at your page and that's what you have to go on, you're starting from a great place.
Ain't nothing great ever happened based on fear or sex. You gotta be desperate and insane.
Underground, season premiere, Wednesday, March 8th on WGN America.